There's nothing more heartbreaking than seeing your beloved dog silently endure pain without you even realizing it. One of the most critical warning signs you need to watch for is a change in gum color. If your dog's gums are no longer a healthy pink but appear pale, bluish, or grayish, it's a silent alarm coming from deep within their body. A dog with pale gums may be suffering from anemia, internal bleeding, or even a life-threatening bloodstream infection. There was once a Labrador who passed away simply because the owner assumed the dog was just tired after a day of playing outside. If you notice this sign, please don't hesitate. An emergency trip to the vet could save your dog's entire life. There's another frightening warning you need to be aware of: an unusually swollen belly. It's not just from overeating. The abdomen becomes tight and distended like a balloon. This could be a sign of gastric dilatation volvulus, GDV. A condition that can be fatal within just a few hours. Your dog may attempt to vomit without bringing anything up, gasp for air, and show a tense, bloated abdomen. These are urgent emergency signs. A husky in my neighborhood once lost their life simply because of a 1-hour delay, and the family has lived with the heartbreak ever since. Also, when you look into your dog's eyes, if you notice the pupils are abnormally dilated, do not ignore it. Dilated pupils, not caused by lighting conditions, can indicate that your dog is experiencing severe pain or serious neurological damage. There was once a golden retriever whose pupils suddenly dilated before he was struck by a seizure. As you can see, even the smallest signs can be life-saving. Have you noticed the way your dog lies down? A healthy dog usually rests in a relaxed position. But if your dog arches their back, presses their abdomen tightly to the ground, and stiffens their front legs like a bridge, be cautious. This posture is known as the praying position, a sign that your dog may be suffering from severe abdominal pain or even internal organ injury. A corgi I once encountered had to undergo emergency surgery because the owner thought the dog was simply playing a new game when lying like that. Behavioral changes in dogs should never be taken lightly either. If a normally gentle dog suddenly becomes irritable, growls, or even snaps lightly when you touch them, it's not a random mood swing. It's a silent scream of pain from within their small, struggling body. I once witnessed a golden retriever bite their owner's hand simply because the pain from an abdominal tumor had become unbearable. Another sign, seemingly simple, but extremely dangerous, is loss of appetite. If a dog who's normally food-obsessed suddenly skips meals and shows no interest in their favorite treats, something is definitely wrong. Diabetes, cancer, liver disease, gastritis, all of these can begin with this seemingly minor symptom. If your dog refuses to eat for more than 24 hours, please take them to the vet immediately. Another haunting sign, sudden withdrawal. A once happy dog who suddenly hides under the bed, avoids all attention, and remains silent throughout the day. This is a clear signal that they are enduring pain or suffering from severe stress. Unlike cats, dogs don't hide for no reason. A border collie nearly lost their life because the owner thought the dog was just a little sad. Have you ever seen your dog vomiting repeatedly throughout the day? Not just once after a heavy meal, but multiple times, leaving them exhausted? Don't underestimate it. Acute pancreatitis, intestinal blockage, or poisoning can all begin this way. If your dog vomits more than 3 times within 8 hours, or vomits along with diarrhea, don't wait. Take them to the emergency vet immediately. One of the most heartbreaking sights is witnessing your dog having a seizure. Their entire body stiffens, trembles, and foams at the mouth. Moments like these can leave anyone frozen in fear. A seizure is the brain's final scream when the body can no longer endure. Remember, do not try to restrain your dog. Just keep them safe from harm and call for emergency help immediately. Have you ever noticed your dog panting or breathing rapidly while simply resting, without any exercise? It's not just because they're hot or tired. It could be a silent sign of heart failure, pneumonia, or heat stroke slowly destroying their body. A husky in my neighborhood once collapsed in the yard after panting heavily through a hot summer afternoon. Listen carefully to each breath your dog takes. The color of their small tongue can also reveal everything. If their tongue turns pale, bluish, or grayish, it's a critical warning of oxygen deprivation. A Chihuahua once lost a precious chance to survive simply because their owner ignored the sign of a purple tongue. Never underestimate these seemingly minor changes. And if one day you see your dog staggering, wobbling like a drunk person, don't hesitate. Loss of balance in dogs is often a sign of neurological damage, stroke, or a serious problem within the brain. With every passing minute, their chances of recovery decrease. Finally, never ignore sudden, unexplained weight loss. If a dog continues to lose weight despite eating normally, it could be a silent warning of cancer, kidney disease, or severe systemic weakness. Don't assume that simply feeding them more will fix the problem. In reality, at that point, they are quietly fighting to survive. When we choose to bring a dog into our lives, we're not just welcoming a tiny creature into our home. We are making a promise to a life, a friend, a family member that we will love, protect, and stand by them through every step of their journey. But unlike humans, these four-legged angels cannot voice their pain, cannot cry out for help, and cannot tell us when they are scared, desperate, or fighting silently against an invisible storm raging within their fragile bodies. Perhaps in the busyness of life, there have been times when we unintentionally overlooked the sadness in their eyes, the unsteady gait, or the labored breathing after a long afternoon. Perhaps there were moments when we hastily assumed they were just tired, just a little lazy, or just sleepy, without realizing that beneath that calm exterior, a battle for life was quietly unfolding. The signs we've discussed, every glance, every breath, every small movement, are desperate cries for help that require a bit of attentiveness, a moment of slowing down, to truly hear and understand. And sometimes, that understanding is the only thing standing between life and death. Just think about it. One careful glance at their gums could save them from fatal internal bleeding. One moment noticing an unusual resting posture could prevent a deadly case of gastric torsion. One gentle hug, sensing an abnormal breathing pattern, could catch heart or lung disease early, a chance that, if missed, may never come again. Someone once said that dogs love us in the most unconditional way. They never hold grudges, never blame, never abandon us, whether we are rich or poor, joyful or broken. Their love is pure, complete, and perhaps the truest form of love you will ever receive in your life. So, shouldn't we also love them in the most complete way possible? Not just by feeding them or taking them for walks, but by listening to their bodies when they quietly cry out for help when something is wrong. Don't wait until the day their eyes close forever, until their small heart stops beating, to wish you had paid more attention, cared more, acted faster. By then, every apology will have become meaningless. Someone once asked, "How do you know if you're a good dog owner?" The answer is simple. It's when you never stop learning, never stop listening, never stop loving, even when your dog cannot speak. No matter how strong your little dog may seem, there will be moments when they need protection, moments when they cannot fight alone. And in those moments, they need you, the one they trust most in the entire world. Today, you might still see them running and playing joyfully, barking excitedly whenever you come home. But remember, illnesses can sometimes lurk unseen for a long time before showing any signs. And if you always observe, listen, and notice even the smallest changes, you are not only protecting their health, you are safeguarding the priceless moments of happiness you both share together for many more years to come. If you feel worried after watching this video, if you recognize some of these signs in your own dog, don't panic, don't blame yourself, because right now, you have already done the most important thing. You have noticed, and you are ready to act. Schedule a full health checkup for your dog. Take the time to observe them more carefully each day. Pet them more, talk to them more. Never hesitate to ask your veterinarian about any small change you notice. Because for dogs, your attentiveness could very well be their lifeline. Also, remember that the journey of companionship with a pet isn't just filled with laughter and joyful days, it also holds silent worries, challenging moments, and tears shed quietly. But it is precisely in those moments that our love, patience, and compassion are tested and truly shine. Let the lessons from this video turn into real, daily actions, a more attentive glance, a longer, more loving caress, a regular health checkup that is never forgotten. Let every moment you spend with your little dog become a memory you will never have to regret. And if today you've realized something new about how to listen to and love your pet, then that is the greatest gift your dog has ever given you, even if they can't say it aloud. Because to these small, precious lives, loving you is everything. And all they ever need is to be loved back. With your whole heart. Thank you for listening to these thoughts. Thank you for loving and protecting the most loyal companion of your life. May you continue this journey with all the love, patience, and gratitude in your heart. Because while your dog's life may be short, to you, it will always be the brightest days of pure, unconditional love.